Welcome to Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions to better health and wellness through intentional living. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Marsha. Thank you for joining me again on another episode of Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions to better health and wellness. And of course, you know I love to start with a quote. You must gain control over your money, or lack of it will forever control you. And that quote is by Dave Ramsey. And there is so much truth in that quote. All right. So that's why today I want to talk about today's topic, which is holistic finance. Okay. I want to talk about holistic finance. What are you doing? First of all, let me define what holistic finance is. Okay. So holistic finance is a comprehensive approach to managing one's financial life, okay, and integrating all aspects of personal finance in order to achieve some type of balance as well as sustainable and goal-oriented financial plan. All right, and so it entails such things as budgeting, savings, investments, retirement planning, insurance, tax strategies, estate planning, and so forth. So, where are you now when it comes to your holistic wellness? Where are you? It's 2024, and one of the hardest things for some to talk about, and it's usually for those who lack it, right? Who lack money and finance and the ability to finance and manage their money and have lack of money. It's always a hard topic to discuss. But I think as we move into 2024, we need to move towards truth, right? We need to move towards truth, and part of that truth is looking at all areas of our lives, right? All aspects of our lives, and that's what a holistic coach is. That's what holistic wellness is. You see, people talk about holistic wellness, mind, body, spirit, emotional wellness, mental wellness. But financial wellness plays a part in that, right? Financial wellness plays a part in how we feel and how we interact, right? And how we deal with our spouse, our spouses and family members when it comes to finance, right? And when we lack it, it tends to bring much tension, right? So I want to focus. This is why I want to talk about this topic today on this episode. Now, when we look at finance, where are we now? And I'm asking this question to you personally. Where are you now in your financial wellness? Where are you now, right? Have you reevaluated all of your spending? Have you created a budget, right? Have you created an actual budget to see what it is that you're spending on a monthly basis? And so things become so much clearer when you're able to write things down, when you're able to have the paper in front of you and see these things written down, right? You're able to have a clear view, a clear picture. So let's start with writing things down, writing a clear budget, looking at what you're spending. Where can you save? Where can you save, right? And then those areas where you can save, what can you do with that extra money? What everybody's goals and plans are going to be different, right? And so questions that you need to ask yourself and things once you create your budget, are you negative at the end of the month? Are you just breaking even just enough, right? Or do you have something set aside for emergencies, such as your car breaking down, right? Do you have 3 to 6 months of savings? These are the things that we need to answer and be honest with ourselves about, right? We need to be honest with ourselves about these things, right? So, what can we do? So, that's why having a budget is important. Look at all of your monthly spend, look at your bills, right? Look at what you're spending, look at what's coming in, look at what's going out. Do they add up? Right? So you need to do that. And then you need to ask yourself, well, where can I cut back on spending? Right? Maybe you don't need cable, right? Maybe you just need to watch YouTube videos or something like that, or some type of streaming app, something that's going to cost less, right? Or a Fire Stick, right? Whatever. You need to look at that. What about your insurance? Have you reevaluated and shopped around for better car insurance? Right? Maybe you can find a cheaper rate that'll give you the same or maybe even more of the coverage of what you currently have, right? How much are you spending for miscellaneous items, right? Maybe extra items that may be eating out. What are you spending eating out? How much are you spending on a weekly basis? How much are you actually spending? And you can actually save more money by fixing and preparing your own food, especially anyway, if you are, your goal is to get healthier for 2024, right? And so not just get healthier in your finances, but in all areas of your life, right? Your mental wellness, your emotional wellness, right? Reducing stress, right? Getting healthier, getting in shape, being more fit. Maybe you want to lose weight. Okay. So look at that. Where can you cut back? Where can you cut back and now take that savings and see how much you're saving at the end of the month? See how much you are saving, and now where are you going to apply that? Right? Is it something that you want to set aside for? Maybe you want to put that towards your emergency fund. Maybe you want to put that towards your vacation fund. Maybe you wanted to put it in your dream fund. And I love using that example because Lisa Nichols, right? The Fund Your Dream Fund, right? Maybe you want to set aside something to fund your dream, whatever it is. Okay. Maybe you want to reduce your credit card debt. So prioritize, right, on what is most important, right? Because you know that we need to keep our debt what we're at least 30% below, right? Your debt income debt ratio, your debt ratio, it should be at least 30 or less, right? And some experts will even tell you 10%, right? But that may be a little difficult for some people. So at least 30%, right? Because what that does is give you what? Leverage and buying power, right? For more credit, to fund your business, whatever it is, right? So let us take a real look and approach and see where we can reduce spending and what are you doing, where are you going to put that extra savings, right? And some people will say, for me, my approach is, some will say when it comes to paying down your debt, pay your highest interest cards first. Well, that may work for some, it may not work for others. I say, to each his own. But again, I'm no expert in the area of finance, but I have worked in the financial institution arena before, and I've read plenty of books, right? But I'm not saying I'm some financial expert, right? But I'm just telling you. Now, some will say pay your lower interest cards down first. Others will tell you pay the smallest amount first, right? And what you do is take that amount that you've been spending when you pay down a smaller card first. Now you then take that money and apply it to the other cards. And then you can maybe apply it to the other higher interest rate credit cards. Whatever you choose, whatever you feel is best for you, right? Your goal of the matter is reducing your debt, right? And so I talked about savings and having emergency funds, right? That's important. When you're living and you're making just enough, you have to be prepared for when these things happen, for when, if maybe if the car breaks down. We don't want that, but we have to be prepared just in case. So some type of savings, some type of emergency fund for just in case, right? And so we need to have that, right? You may want to look at investment strategies. You may want to look at some investments. I don't know if you're into investments or whatever. For those who are older, younger folks, you may not be into even thinking about that right now, but you should. Okay. But you definitely should. So, what can I do to start saving for my retirement in the future? If you work, right? If you work, you need to start saving for your retirement if you haven't done so already. You need to be having set up your investments where your direct pot where it comes out directly out of your paycheck and goes directly to your fund, whether it's an IRA or some type of your 401k, whatever it is, right? You need to make sure that you're doing that. What percent are you taking out at each pay? Is it 25%, 10%, 15, whatever fits in your individual budget, right? Whatever. Now, this just came to me. I really should have had some financial expert on, right? But I'm only talking because this came to me, so I wanted to talk about it, right? And so you want to have these things in place, right? You want to have things in place for when that time comes that you have enough money to retire. How many people you now that are over 65 and they're still working? They're over 65 and they're still working. Perfect example, the greeters at Walmart, right? Hi, welcome to Walmart. They're usually in their 60s, usually of retirement age, right? And so some are there because they want something to do. Also, some are there because they can't afford to retire. They don't have enough to retire. This is important. Okay. This is very important. And so you want to look at what about if something happens, right? What about if something happened? Having a life insurance policy in place. Do you have young children? Who do you have that depends on you if something were to happen that they rely on you? You need to have something in place, right? Do you have a sick elderly parent that you take care of? What about a sick spouse? or children that are below 18 that rely on you, right? And so you want to have things in place for just in case if something happens. We're not saying that that's what we want, but we just want to have things in place. And there's nothing wrong with having things in place for just in case. What about having a will? What about having a will also, right? In addition to your life insurance, you should have a will. I recommend everyone have a will. If you don't have one in place, you need to have a will, right? That is important. And especially if you own real estate, any type of own an existing business or real estate, you need to have a will in place, right? Anything, any type of assets of value, you need to have a will in place, right? And so this is all part of the process. This is all part of the holistic planning process when it comes to your financial wellness, right? And so you want to make sure that you have these things in place, right? What it does is it has structure, right? And you set out rules and structure for if something were to happen or when it happens, that everything is in order and in place. And I say that because I will refer to my mom that she had things set up in place. While she was alive, she always told me, "Hey, the insurance policy is here, the this is here, everything is here." Of course, I didn't want to hear it, right? Right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, yes, that's where it is, okay. But she had everything in place. She had everything set up and in place, right? And her property and her real estate property that she owned in Trinidad in the Caribbean. She had things in place. So kudos for moms for having things in place because we know sometimes when things are not in place, you know, things can get can get crazy within the family, right? Not all the time, but in many cases it can. So it's important to do that, to structure your affairs accordingly, okay? And so what are some other things that we can look at?
If you are struggling with health issues like chronic pain, being held back by past traumas, or feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, please know there is hope. There is help. Transcendence, a woman's guide to healing and self-love for better health, happiness, and abundance, is a blueprint to help you get your life back and reclaim your health. Within its pages, you'll learn how to elevate your existence by shifting your mindset toward the positive, focusing your energy on what's really important, using gratitude to feel deep appreciation, changing your gene expression through epigenetics, building resilience, and living in a state of flow, feeling love overflow within. Go beyond an ordinary life. Transcend. Buy it now.
What about long-term care insurance? If something were to happen to you, but you're alive, but you're not able to work. What about long-term care? You may want to set up that. What if you have your own business? What if you want to set up an annuities account? Now, this I would say, you would have to talk to your financial advisor on more things on that. I'm just giving you ideas and suggestions on things that you can do, right? And because you want to have a peace of mind when it comes to your financial security and making things easy for your family as well, right? And some topics we may want to avoid, but they need to be discussed, right? How often do you review your finances? How often do you review your budgeting? How often do you review these things and adjust accordingly, right? Maybe you can do this quarterly. Are you looking at your balances? Do you get a text messages for everything that you spend when you make a purchase, right? To help you stay on track with your purchases, right? With your financial institution. We just want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to make sure that things are in place. Okay, we want to make sure that things are structured and things are done accordingly in a proper way so that we avoid any type of mishaps later on. Okay, so let me now go on to the topic of credit, right? The power of credit, right? And of course, you don't want to stay in debt, but this is definitely important for those who are looking to possibly start their business in 2024, right? And really do something different. This is for you. So listen up. And for those who work as well, because financial wellness is financial wellness, right? And so having credit is important because it gives you what? Leverage and buying power. So having good credit is necessary because it gives you leverage and buying power, right? And so when you have credit cards, when you have these credit cards, you want to make sure that you are using them wisely, right? And you can't build on a shaky foundation, right? You cannot build on a shaky foundation. And what do I mean by that? If you're looking to start a business, the first thing my recommendation would be to you is to fix your credit. How's your credit? Right? Where are you with your credit? Have you pulled your credit report yet? If you've been denied credit, have you contacted the Bureau to get a free? Anytime that you're denied credit, you're entitled to a free credit report, right? You know this already. Look what's on your credit report, right? What do you need to tackle? What is it that needs to be that you can fix and have removed? Work on the credit. So again, that is what I mean by not building on a rocky foundation, right? Your foundation has to be strong, which is your credit. Again, because it gives you buying power and leverage. And so you want to keep it below 30%. If you can keep it at 10 and below, that's even better, right? And so you want to keep your credit in good standing in order for you to have more buying power. All right. So for example, if you want to start your business, right? If you want to start your business, right? There's ways that you can go about starting your business without using your own money. Okay. You can start your business without using your own money. And having good credit allows you to do that, right? Having good credit allows you to do that. There's so many financial institutions that will lend you money, right, to help you start or help you continue to fund your business, right? Because we know that marketing is important. You're just starting out and you need funds to buy equipment, things like that. So what are some of once your credit is in place, what are some of those institutions that will lend you money, right? Key Point Bank, right? I'm not going to go into detail again because I'm no financial expert. So I don't want to come off as if I am. I'm just telling you things that I know, right? And I'm sharing it with you. So Key Point Bank, right? Navy Federal, Chase. You have to have some good credit with Chase, right? Chase Inc., right? So what's the three that I mentioned? Key Point Credit Union, Navy Federal Credit Union, Seattle Credit Union, Chase Inc. business credit card. These are all if you want to apply for either personal credit cards or business credit cards, right? These are the things that you could apply for. There's more, of course, but I'm just giving you the four off the top of my head that I could think of at the moment. You want to use it to leverage, okay? And there are people who have Chase Inc. credit cards or personal credit cards with Navy Federal for $25,000, right? And it's not even for the business credit, right? $25,000, some more, some less, right? You want to have these things in place. So that should be your goal. What is your goal for 2024 when it comes to the area of your finances? What is it that you're looking to do? No, you're not looking to go on a shopping spree. At least you shouldn't. Not looking to go on a shopping spree and buy the fanciest name brand shoes or the Louis Vuitton bag and MCM and all of that stuff, right? No, that should not be the goal, right? Your goal should be, how can I use that to leverage in order to make more money? See, this is how you have to think. You got to think smart, okay? You have to think smart, all right? And so this is what you need to do, right? So the thing is, right, you have to be, again, being true with yourself and being honest with yourself and how you manage your finances, okay? And so, again, if you continuously operate in a state of lack, you will continue to lack, right? So you want to operate in a state of abundance and being responsible. So one of those things is, right, budgeting, right? Taking a look at your budget, having a good credit, repairing your credit, right? Repair the foundation, build the foundation again, because you're not build on a weak foundation, fixing your credit, all right? And then obtaining credit for what you need it for, right? For the important things that you need it for, right? You want to structure that and have that in place. Having a will, right? Having a will, having a certain percentage come out of your paycheck each pay, right? Whatever you figure that amount is for you. Speak with a financial planner who can help you with that. There's some great people out there on YouTube, your accountant. If you have a personal accountant, speak to your accountant, right? Talk to them about wealth management and wealth planning, wealth strategies, right? How you can improve your financial wellness for 2024. We want to do that. We really want to do that, right? And so, and use that to leverage. What is it? Maybe you want to start a product. Maybe you want to sell a service. Maybe you have a business you want to start. Maybe you have whatever it is, right? Maybe you just want to have financial security. Maybe that's all you want, right? But you still need to have all of those things in place. Okay. So I think that is about it. I do want to say something else. And I'm going to get into, I want to know, what is your relationship when it comes to money? What is your relationship when it comes to money? Now, some people, right, when it comes to money, they could use some help in that area as far as rebuilding and building up back to being financially fit, right? And so a lot of the things, a lot of the reasons why some people are still in a place of lack or operating from a place of lack is due to their money beliefs. So, like in my book, I talk about it, right? Your relationship beliefs, right? Your money relationship beliefs, right? So, and I'm pulling from the book, right? So, what is your relationship with money, right? What did I want you to answer these questions, and then you could just write it down to yourself and fill in the blank, right? So question number one, and then with this, I'm going to wrap up. Maybe you may want to, maybe I probably should have did this first, but it just came to my mind, right? So what did your mom or dad, what did your parents teach you about money? What did your parents teach you about money, right? And I want you to finish the sentence. I think wealthy people are. So the first one is, what did my mother or parents or father, what did my parents teach me about money was fill in the blank. I think wealthy people are fill in the blank. I think poor people are fill in the blank to that one. What does my religious sector that I belong to, what does my faith, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or whatever, what do they teach me about money? Right? What do they teach me about money? And this one is actually not in the book. It should. It's not. Again, things just comes to me as I'm moving along. The reason I don't have more money is because fill in the blank. Borrowing money is. Discussing money is fill in the blank. My relationship between my spirituality / religion, I do have it in here, see, and money is, and I'll just go to number 10 because I have 20, but I'm going to stop at 10. What financial freedom means to me is fill in the blank. Okay. So you have those 10, they're not questions, but fill in the blanks. I want you to fill in the blanks to those questions. All right. And it's all in here. It's all in the book. In Transcendence, I talk about a lot of different topics in the book. But I want you to be honest with yourself and answer those questions. And when you can break those beliefs, some of those negative belief patterns surrounded with money, you will see that things will begin to change. And the reason why you are still possibly having money issues, right, is due to your beliefs surrounding money, right? What you were taught growing up, right? I know for me, my mom used to say, money don't grow on trees. And I know many of you have heard that. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? So I'm going to wrap up on this topic here. I'm going to wrap up. But so far, what are your thoughts? Share your thoughts, your comments. Share one of your best money practices, right? Put a comment in the comment section. I'd really love to hear your feedback. If you haven't done so already, I'd like for you to go ahead and hit that like button, share and subscribe. Listen up. I'm hosting the Radiant Soul Challenge. So if you haven't done so already, I want you to go to radiantsoul.com and sign up for the challenge. radiantsoulchallenge.com. All right, until next time, love you guys. Bye for now. Ladies, do you find yourself caught in the daily grind, juggling between the demands of your career and personal life? Do you dream of thriving both professionally and personally in 2024, but feel overwhelmed by the constant struggle? I understand the challenges you face, and that's why I'm thrilled to invite you to join the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge. Picture this, a life where you have the secrets to not only survive, but thrive in both your career and personal space. The Radiant Soul Challenge is designed for women just like you, ready to break free from the chains of stress and achieve optimal health. Here's why you should be a part of this exclusive experience. Learn the secrets to thrive both professionally and personally in 2024. Discover actionable insights that will propel you towards success in your career while maintaining a fulfilling personal life. Create more work-life balance for better optimal health. Uncover strategies to strike the perfect balance between your personal aspirations and your well-being, ensuring that you're at the top of your game without sacrificing your health. Implement proven strategies for stress management and productivity skills. Say goodbye to stress overload. Acquire practical techniques that boost your productivity and keep stress at bay, empowering you to excel in your career with ease. Don't miss this chance to embark on a soulful journey. Join the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge and redefine your path to success. Click the link below and secure your spot in the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge now. Your thriving future awaits. Hope to see you there.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Health Coach for Women with Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.